Now I'm going to tell you how to execute the Python programs by using the command prompts. So before the starting the using the command prompts, we have to set the path of Python where we Python has been installed. So topic is how to install, how to set the Python path. So for setting the path, we have just click on the right click on my computers, then properties, then click on environment variable, then click on new. After clicking on new, we have to set the Python variable names and as well as value. So here we are putting the Python variable name path, and the we have value will be the Python address where Python interpreter has been installed. Generally the Python interpreter is installed in C drive, so we copy the address as Python 27. Here 27 represent the Python versions. So the path when we be put OK, then Python path will be set. Now we can write and edit the Python programs using command prompts. So now there are also basically two modes. First mode is interactive modes. In interactive mode, we just put the Python commands, and just by pressing the enter command, we will get the outputs. So for writing the Python programs in interactive mode, just we will open the command prompts and we will write the command Python and we will press enter key. After pressing the enter key, we will get a welcome message, and where we Python version will be displayed, and after that there will be a primary prompts. After the primary prompts, where we can write the Python command just search for help, credits, any of the Python command which we want to write, and after the writing the command Python commands, we will just press the enter and we will get the outputs. So here this is a basically interactive mode where we can interact with the interpreter. We will just write the command and pressing the interpreter and we will get the output. And we can now where we can also write the new commands. Now the other one is a script mode. Script mode basically means the writing the code in a file and saving the file by .py extension script mode. So for writing the Python file, we can use any of the editors such as Notepad, Notepad++, and Dreamweaver, and many more, anyone. So we can use the editor and we can write the code of Python programs and there, and we will save the file by .py extension. After saving the file, we will open the command prompts, and now we will write the commands Python and file name .py, and after writing this we will press the enter and we will get the outputs. And the other one, as I have told you earlier, we can also use an IDE which gives an total environment and complete environment where you can edit, run or debug the Python programs. So second is IDE. IDE basically integrated development environment. So for using IDE, we have to download any IDE which has the capability of the executing and running and editing the Python programs. So there are basically many IDE, but IDE is a most popular IDE which has been used for Python programs. So we have to also download it, and after downloading we will just double click on exe files and Python IDE will be installed. So after we can open it by search box, and all programs, and then ideally when we will press the enter, then the ideally command prompts will be open in inactive mode. There are also two modes as like a command prompts. First is in interactive mode, when we open the Python command cell, then there will be a welcome message with displaying the Python versions, and then will be a primary prompts. It is basically primary prompts. Whatever we write, we have to write the Python commands, we just write after the primary prompts, and after the primary prompts writing the command, we will press the enter key, and there we will get the output. So basically this is the interactive modes, and we can also put or write the Python programs in script mode. So for writing the in script mode, we will just click on file menu, then new, then we will press enter key. When we will press the enter key, and new window will be appear. New window will be appear, where we can edit or write the Python programs. So after the writing Python programs, we have to save it .py extension. After the saving, we can just run it by pressing the Ctrl and F5, or by pressing on run modules. That is basically given in file menu. So after the running we will get the final output at the Python cell. Now we can just write the quiet command to shut down the Python cell, or we can Ctrl plus D. We can put these keys to shut down the Python cells. So now we have learned how to write and how to execute Python programs. And Python, now we would like to tell you Python examples. So after opening an IDE, you will see an primary prompts. Just for example, write print hello. When we press enter, then we will get output hello. So now we have learned how to write Python programs, and where to write, and how to set path, and all these things. Now the next topic is Python variables. Variables means basically variable shows a memory locations where actually the data has been stored. So there are basically some rules which has been used for declaring any variable. So first rule is any variable name should not be any keyword. Keyword means keyword are defined in the Python interpreter. They have the special meaning, or they cannot be used as a variable names. And the other one is we can use only an underscore and the characters as starting of variables name. We cannot use any special key or any numbers. And we should also give any valid variable names. Just for example, to represent the age of any student, rather than writing a variable a and age, and we should write valid variable name. Just for example, to represent the age of any student, rather than writing a is 19, we cannot detect where age is representing age or any other things, but we can detect the age. Now variable name is age, we can get the variable is representing the age of someone. Every variable has three things. First is identity. Identity basically means memory locations where the variable, the actual data has been stored. And the second one is type. Type basically means data type. The data type basically means the type of data, whether it is an integer, character or strings. So there are another classification of data type. Data type. Data type basically has been used to tell the compiler whether the types of data. So there are various types of data. First one is number data type, and the second one is none. Third one is set. Mapping. And sequence. Number data type can also be further subcategorized into three types. First one is integer, and the second one is float, third one is character. Or complex. Mapping also subcategorized into dictionary, and sequence also further subdivided into three parts. First is tuple, list, and row. So these are basically classifications of data types. Now I would like to tell you one by one. First is number data type. Number data type basically has been used to store numeric values. Numeric means, just for example, like 1, 1001, 19. These are all numeric values. So number data type basically has been used for numeric values. So it is also subdivided into three parts. First one is integer, integer is basically used for storing the integer values, and there is no limited addition of integer. There we can use integers to store the long values. And the second one is float data type. Float means basically which has consist of decimal as well as floating point. Just for example, 10.27. This is a floating, and example of integer is this. And the third one is complex. Complex data type have two floating point number. One is real and another one is imaginary. So example of complex data type: 1 plus 1j. So for accessing the real part, we will print the x dot real, and for printing the imaginary part, we will write print x dot imaginary. So these are the classifications of number data type, and these are all the example of number data type.